The last group of civilians has been safely evacuated. DerJo-VarCord's carriage will travel with them. Sino and Hat Guy will protect the convoy. With the DerJo-VarCord in a coma, we've lost our means of investigating the situation. And with Irminsul still deteriorating, we have no choice but to evacuate Sumeru City. Feels as though we're being pushed along by an invisible hand.
Stop moaning, Cyrus. We're the teachers here. We should be showing a little more confidence, don't you think?
A wise judgment.
Let's move out to Caravan Rebot.
Sir, all units are in position.
Good. Everything is going to plan. Interfering with Sumeru City is a necessary step, so do not hesitate. The Irminsul situation will not harm you. We need to speed things up here, too. We don't want to keep our client waiting, do we?
No, sir. You have my word. Everything will be completed on schedule.
They say that fervent ambition attracts the favor of the gods, and with it, a vision. But we appear to be the exception. So, is our ambition not strong enough? Or does it threaten the very foundations of this world?
How is the DerJo-Archon?
Her breathing is steady. I prepared some therapeutic incense for her, but it hasn't had much effect. Her vitals are still very weak. Based on the information you've provided, I have a working hypothesis. Her condition is partly due to Irminsul's influence, and partly due to a physiological imbalance caused by the rapid depletion of her power. Elemental energy usually flows through the body at a relatively constant rate. The body grows accustomed to this rhythm, so when it's thrown out of balance, physical symptoms will appear.
Is this similar to the ley lines? Overloading and withering both directly affect their vitality, potentially causing irreversible damage.
Correct. From a biological perspective, if you overexert yourself, you pay the price with your life. The DerJo-Archon is not only drained of power, but her life force is at a critically low level.
Is there any way to restore her health? I know the ley lines have strong self-healing abilities. As long as any blockages or pollutions are dealt with, they can quickly regain their vitality. But what about people? Well, gods. What's their capacity for self-healing?
Before we think about that, there's a bigger predicament to resolve. Restoring the DerJo-Archon's power requires us to heal Irminsul first. But that will be extremely difficult without the DerJo-Archon's power.
Oh, Paimon's already getting lost here. Master Tighnari and Cyno look so serious. I've not heard Master speak in this tone for a long time.
Tighnari.
Master Nephis, sages.
Tighnari, haven't seen you in ages. Have you gotten taller? Or did your ears get longer?
Hopefully the former, Uncle Baladuri.
Cyno, where's Professor Cyrus? I thought he'd be with you.
He went out into the wild to investigate the situation. He said that the Irminsul anomaly will likely start to affect the real world soon.
He shouldn't be trotting around alone at his age. Which way did he go? I'll look for him later.
Would someone mind introducing us?
Ah, yes, of course. Allow me to do the honors. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Traveler and Paimon. They're the heroes who helped foil Azar's conspiracy and save Sumeru. These gentlemen and I are the 6 current sages of the Academia. Balduri and I are part of the Old Guard, while the other 4 took office after Azar and his clique fell from power. We have Sage Alkindi of the Spantamad Darshan, Sage Farnas of Kasharawar, Ratawist Sage Shakir, and finally Haravatat Sage Rusht.
Nice to meet you all!
I've heard much about you. Delighted to finally meet you in person.
You're younger than I imagined for someone with the power to stand up to fate itself. Thank you for lending your aid to Sumeru once more.
Once we're on the other side of this, could we get a photo together? My daughter has a friend named Isak. He's always talking about you two.
Of course! No true hero would deny a child their wit.
Back to business. So with the DerJo-VarCord currently in a coma, the people have taken temporary refuge at Caravan Rebot. But they cannot. We need to come up with a plan as soon as possible. Farnas, any thoughts?
Well, firstly, having reviewed the data, I'm inclined to agree with your assessment. This doesn't look like an attack on Irminsul from the outside. Rather, it resembles a malfunctioning machine. Calculations going haywire and sparks flying. That being said, before we consider how to fix it, we need to understand precisely what has gone wrong. Furthermore, we somehow need to ascertain this without relying on the DerJo-VarCord's power.
We have no direct access to Irminsul. However, we might be able to gather the information we need from the ley lines. Study the branches to learn about the trunk, in other words. Wait, is that what Cyrus is up to? No wonder he ran off to research in the wild. Curse always one step ahead of me, isn't he?
I heard that while in the sanctuary of Surasthana, the DerJo-VarCord had to serve as the central information hub herself. This is a clear sign the situation within Irminsul might be far worse than we can imagine. Irminsul is vital, not just to the safety of Sumeru, but to all of Teyvat. We must be the ones to bear responsibility for this world. To be on the safe side, I think we need to consider some backup plans.
Are you saying we should consider a scenario in which Irminsul is completely destroyed?
I'm merely pointing out that the possibility exists.
You have a valid point. But until worst comes to worst, I believe we should focus our efforts on resolving the Irminsul anomaly and helping it
Kale, I understand that you were the first to foresee this crisis. If it's all right, I'd like to talk—
Of course! But even I don't know how I came to have—
If there are no signs of external damage, could it be a stress fracture? Metals tend to suffer from this issue with long-term use, and Irminsul has existed for centuries, after all.
It's possible, but surely a stress fracture would be more likely to cause a complete shutdown rather than
Sages. General Mahamatra. Sorry to interrupt.
What happened?
Some citizens didn't believe that Sumeru City was really in any danger. They slipped away and hid during the relocation, intending to return home.
How many people are we talking?
About a dozen. Sakura found them while on patrol, but they appeared to be suffering from psychosis. For whatever reason, they were trying to kill each other. By the time we arrived, there were only 2 survivors. One was unconscious from their injuries. The other tried to attack us, but was subdued.
Where did this happen?
Near Yasna Monument.
That's not far from Caravan Rebot.
Master.
I know. The Irminsul anomaly is beginning to have effects in the world. I didn't expect it to spread to Yasna Monument so soon. It almost feels like we're being chased relentlessly, with no time to catch our breath.
Sir Cyrus said the same thing. He sent me back to report in, while he continues investigating.
I'll go join him.
Count me in too. Don't let my age fool you, I can still fend for myself.
Very well. Meanwhile, the rest of us will continue discussing our next steps.
Get back soon.
Take care of yourselves. It's getting dangerous out there.
Please, don't go any further. As you get closer to Sumeru City, there's no knowing what dangers you might encounter.
So this is our mentally disturbed man?
I'm going to gut you all!
Cyrus, you didn't even bring a single guard? Do you think you're some sort of warrior?
It's fine. Come here and look at this.
Oh, it's...
That's right. Flowers that bloom from openings in the ley lines, indicating some sort of anomaly.
I don't believe I've ever seen a color like this before.
Did you discover it nearby?
Not just here. Way over there, too. They're everywhere. There's even more in that direction.
How did you ascertain the situation further ahead? Didn't you just say that we can't—
Yes. This area is relatively safe so far. But if you continue forward, delusions will... However, some vision-bearing mercenaries were able to maintain their sanity a little better. They're the ones who brought back news from further afield.
Sino, do you remember the class I taught on dissecting ley line blossoms?
I do, Professor. I received full marks in that.
Good. After all these years, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. There must be anomalous information hidden within these blossoms. Alkindi, I'll need your help as well. Been a while since we worked on a project together, hasn't it?
Sure has. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get to work.
Anything we can do to help?
Will you need my help?
All right, well, don't go too far. There's too many unknowns at this stage.
Let's regroup at Caravan Rebot later. Don't worry if you don't show up.
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal. What is it? You thought of something? Really? Then let's get back and tell
Phew. Glad to see you've returned safe.
Any longer and we would have gone out looking for you.
Well, this is a nice surprise. Paimon sure feels better with...
We've made some progress, so let's start by giving you and Paimon a quick update.
By dissecting the ley line's blossoms, we've been able to deduce that although Irminsul is experiencing an anomaly, it has not completely rejected access. The DerJo-Archon has the power to connect to Irminsul, but there's also another way. I assume you recall the devices everyone was wearing.
Devices? Oh, wait. You mean...
The Akasha terminals?
That's right.
Of course! It's been so long, Paimon almost forgot all about the Akasha. Wasn't it shut down, though?
Yes, but although the system isn't currently operational, the technological infrastructure is all still there. And it turns out that a certain someone gets so bored at work that he's actually read through every single one of the instruction manuals.
No prizes for guessing who that was.
If praising others is that embarrassing for you, you can simply spare yourself the ordeal.
As much as it pains me to say anything nice about him, there's no denying his intelligence. The Akasha is exactly what Sumeru needs at this moment. Between us, we should have all the knowledge and expertise we need to get it up and running again.
But if I recall correctly, doesn't the Akasha need a gnosis to function?
That's exactly right. The Akasha relies on the Gnosis as a power source, and in its absence, we'll need to find an alternative. To tackle this problem, it looks like we'll be relocating once again.
Namely, to the Temple of Silence. Ring any bells? It's the only major institution in Sumeru dedicated to preserving the knowledge of King Deshret's civilization. You might find the answers...
I agree. There's a good chance.
Master Nephis and the other sages have discussed it. As the chaos from Irminsul continues to spread, Caravan Rebot won't be a safe haven for much longer. We have to move into the desert next. The scholars and sages will head to the Temple of Silence, while the civilian population seeks refuge in Aru village.
The Eremites will keep everyone safe during the journey, and Candace will be there to receive us at the village.
This leaves us just one thing to worry about. That DerJo-VarCord.
She's very weak. We can't afford to wait until Irminsul...
Huh. Wow, luckily, the Traveler had a eureka moment while we were out investigating.
Really?
Wow, nice one, Traveler. Let's hear it.
What say our Amorta experts?
Theoretically, it's feasible. From what you're saying, although elemental life and elemental energy have their... in which case... as long as a Pep is willing, she should be able to convert her own power into a form that the Archon can use.
It wouldn't be difficult for her at all. The only problem is convincing her to help.
Yeah! Even though she wasn't exactly friendly the last time we met, she didn't refuse to talk with us. When she realizes the danger that Nahida is in, surely she won't turn a blind eye to it.
Either way, we're not exactly spoiled for choice here.
Hey, it's better than having no options at all.
I agree. Without Irminsul's aid, the legendary Dendro Dragon Apep may well be the only living thing in Sumeru who can help our Archon recover her power. There's no time to lose. I'll bring this proposal to Master right away. If he and the other sages agree, we'll split into 3 teams. The academics will go to the Temple of Silence to look for a solution to the Akasha problem. The Eremites will escort the civilians safely to Aru village, and the Traveler and Paimon will take the DerJo-VarCord to see Apep.
There's still a long road ahead, and no knowing if we'll make it. But at least we have a direction now.
If there are no objections, then let's proceed. But no matter the distance between us, there will always be an invisible force tying us together. May the bonds forged in the past shine bright like stars and open a new path before our feet.
Huh. Is that from King of Invocations?
No. This one's from King of Invocations, the sequel.
What's the difference?
The sequel's much cooler.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, it was very apropos. Once this is all over, I'll give everyone a copy of King of Invocations and the sequel to show my gratitude. Come on, let's get moving.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
Tainari has brought me up to speed. I approve of your plan of action. But we can't proceed with everything right away. The people need to rest. For many of them, this will be their first time in the desert, so we'll need to You two, please go on ahead with the DerJo-VarCord. Let's rendezvous at the Temple of Silence later.
No problem. We got this.
Words can't express my gratitude, so let me just say, I hope everything goes smoothly for all of us. Goodbye for now.
Alright, let's get going. If Paimon remembers correctly, the last time we saw a Pep was in...
Traveler, Paimon. Could I borrow you guys for a moment? It'll only take a second.
Kale, what's the matter?
Well, the thing is... Master Tainari once told me, after you raise a problem, you should think about how to resolve it. But ever since I had that dream, I tried my best to keep up with the conversation, but there was so much new information, I couldn't take it all in. So,
Huh! Paimon knows exactly how you feel. But fear not, everything you need to know is right here in Paimon's notes. Sumeru chapter! It's got tons of info about all the things we've seen and heard on our adventures. Some parts are a little simplified, but hopefully it all makes sense. You see? Being the greatest guide in Tibet isn't just a fancy title. It takes a lot of hard work. Paimon doesn't always understand the things you're talking about with other people. Whenever that happens, she notes down the confusing parts and goes over them in her own time.
this is perfect. Could I borrow it?
Sure. Matter of fact, you can keep it if you want. Paimon has another copy. The spare copy was originally meant for the Traveler. Paimon used to worry that one day she might not need a guide anymore, so she wanted to have a gift for her, in case we ever parted ways. But it doesn't seem so necessary nowadays. We have so many more places to see together. One copy will be enough for both of us.
Thank you so much. But still, these are your treasured memories. I think I'll make my own copy and then return the original to you. Anyway, that was all. I won't keep you any longer. Have a safe trip. See you again soon.
See ya! Alright, time to bring Nihida to see a Pep. Let's hope that old grouch is in a negotiating mood. Hey, here's a thought. If we brought Nervalet along, do you think he could help us persuade a Pep to help? Actually, never mind. In a Pep's eyes, Nervalet's probably one of those dragons who's grown too close to humankind. They might end up fighting for all we know.
I had a feeling your kind might come calling. The ley lines are in disarray. Something has gone wrong with Irminsul, yes. Even from a great distance away, I can sense that Sumeru is headed for destruction. You who took our home from us, prepare to watch as your own world is plunged into oblivion.
This isn't a joke, Pep! Nahida's in grave danger! Can you please help her?
Is she now? Then do explain. For what reason should I lend Booer my assistance?
Pep, if you truly despise gods and humans so much, well, after the great humiliation of being helped by a god in the past, shouldn't you be jumping at this chance to balance the scales?
Now that is a compelling reason. When El Ahmar plotted against me and I was tortured by forbidden knowledge, it was Booer who saved me from agony. And though I regard with shame the pity of my enemies, to receive aid without repaying it would likewise tarnish a dragon's dignity. Oh, tiny Booer, puny humans. Just this once I shall deign to show you the true power of dragonkind.
Whoa! It's happening again! We're gonna get sucked in!
It is done. The heart of Oasis is supplying her with life force as we speak. It shall not be long before she recovers. But I should warn you. Booer's existence is closely intertwined with Irminsul. Unless the issues plaguing it are resolved, she will never completely recover her former strength.
Oh, thank you.
Spare me your words of gratitude. You may also spare me your feigned concern. A dragon's sovereign's power is far greater than you can imagine. While I was indeed weakened when the heart of Oasis ran dry, providing Tiny Booer with a morsel of my life force shall have little consequence for me.
Oh, good to hear.
Ever held in high favor, I see.
Oh, well, you know.
The compliment was sincere. Simply accept it. I did once. That tree was not planted by the heavenly principles. Irminsul existed before they ever arrived in Teyvat.
What?
There was a time when it belonged to Teyvat, to dragonkind. Its appearance and function then differed greatly from today. The ley lines flowed with an abundance of a familiar, primitive form of elemental energy. You may know it as the power of the Light Realm. The heavenly principles usurped and refashioned Irminsul, made it serve humanity, and used it to anchor the fate of the world. Yet in the end, humanity has failed to protect heavenly principles, God of gods. It makes me sick. The enmity between your kind and mine can never be bridged. As things stand today, holding a grudge against you would serve no purpose. But there will come a day when we reclaim this world for ourselves. The opportunity will arise no matter how long we must wait. I can already sense that far away from here, the Hydro Dragon has wrested his authority from the hands of the usurpers. Though we have yet to meet, I know that we are both preparing for our revenge day and night.
Uh-huh.
hear a great disturbance out there.
Huh? What is it?
Sandstorms come. The Jinn. I see. Another calamity approaches. You both seem restless. Let us part ways here. Boer is safe with me. Once she has recovered, I shall return her to your side.
Oh, thanks again. Take care, alright?
I told you already I have no need of your feigned concern.
Nahida? You're awake! Are you okay?
Cease your interrogation. Yes, she awoke for a brief moment, but she has now lost consciousness again. Take it. We shall talk more at another time.
Where the heck are we? Did you just dump us in the middle of nowhere? Wait. No, Paimon remembers now. The Temple of Silence is over that way. Come on, let's go find the others.
There's no need for everyone to stay here. I'll protect the sages. The rest of you, return to Aru village.
Yes, Mahamatra Sino.
Sino! What's going on?
You're back. How's the DerJo-VarCord?
What a relief.
It's the Jinn. Countless Jinn have stirred up violent sandstorms across the desert, blocking our path to the Temple of Silence. Tainari and Kale have returned to Aru village to help. The Jinn are being highly aggressive, so both the village and the merchant caravans require protection.
It's just one thing after another. Where did all of them come from anyway? In all my trips to the desert, I've never seen anything like this before.
As I see it, the only possible candidate is Gurabad.
Gurabad?
Baladuri could explain in more detail if he were here. All I know is a rumor I've heard about from previous trips to the desert. Supposedly, a great number of dormant Jinn lie sealed beneath that city.
Gurabad is, for me, a fated land. I must therefore return back to this city, where my destiny awaits me still. My master, I am sorry that I couldn't stay by your side for long, and that I could not have more time to get familiar with you.
Lilipar. Yeah, we once said goodbye to a friend there. Well, maybe not a friend exactly, but someone we met on the road anyway. If we can find a way to wake her up, maybe she can help solve the situation in Gurabad.
Well, be careful. You may find there's more than just the Jinn to worry about.
You mean there are other dangers in Gurabad?
It's a sensible assumption to make. The moment we arrived in Caravan Rebod, the Irminsul anomaly started spreading in that direction. Now we've moved to the desert, and suddenly we're plagued by Jinn and sandstorms. To call it a coincidence would be a stretch.
Don't worry, we've gotten a lot stronger since our last stint.
It appears the monsters native to the desert have been stirred by the Jinn's activity.
You should get going. We'll take care of things here. You too.
Don't do anything too risky. You got it?
The Jinn are swarming out of Gurabad! Looks like our Nathan was right! Let's get inside and see what's going on!
Incinerate!
They just keep coming! How many of these things are there? We'll never get them around! Let's just head further inside for now!
Forest, protect us.
Time to shine!
Pyroclastic surge!
Strike a pose!
Target spotted! All units at the ready.
The Patchouli! They must be using this place as a stronghold! Are they the ones behind all this? What are the others?
This is not where I belong. Perilous land for the everlasting. Light of the blazing sun! Rev the engines!
Strike a pose!
Forest, protect us.
The show begins! Time to shine!
Rise with the sun!
By the frostman of all. A grave transgression. Oh, Forest, take my broken crown.
Accelerating.
Do you see that strange machine? Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that that's the thing wrecking Gurabad and setting all those dangerous Jinn free!
The target has reached the core zone. Requesting backup. Repeat, requesting backup.
Backup en route! Stop her at all costs!
Where are we gonna explore today?
You shall have my company.
Mode.
Success! Nice one, Traveler! Let's keep going!
Accelerate defensive mode.
Showing you the...
Light it up! Light up the blazing sun! Backup is here. Incinerate! Rise with the sun! Be cleansed!
Time to shine!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Preparing for dust up.
Burn it down! Wrath from the sky!
Divine light, shield them!
It seems my subordinates failed to stop you in your tracks.
Apologies, sir.
There is no need to apologize. You did well to hold your ground against such a powerful adversary for as long as you did. I must commend your courage and perseverance.
So, you're in charge here, huh? First the problems with Irminsul, now this mess in Gurabad? Are you the ones responsible for all this?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an enemy.
Oh, this guy is so snooty! However you want to spin it, you're clearly involved in this somehow. So you can either start talking, or we'll have to make you talk. Let's get him! Traveler? What's wrong?
You're remarkably calm. Some would act more rashly upon finding the ringleader all alone. But you keep your cool. Even as your enemy, I must applaud you.
Did you show yourself just to say that?
Is this you trying to take back control of the conversation? Unfortunately, I really don't have anything to say to you. I am here merely to indulge my own curiosity. Your names are well known among the Fatui. Naturally, I wanted to observe you up close while I had the chance.
Hey! Don't treat us like we're some kind of exotic animals in a zoo!
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. You seem rather predisposed to misunderstand me. I'm quite aware that you are both heroes of great renown. You have resolved crises in many nations and won countless allies along the way. I've been following your adventures with great admiration. My only regret is that the trajectory of your journey conflicts with our goals.
What do you mean, admiration? Sorry, but that sounds pretty weird coming from you.
I don't see why. We may happen to occupy opposing sides, but there is no cause for deep-seated enmity between us. To respect one's enemy is to respect oneself.
Well, now that you're observing us up close, what do you see?
I've observed as keenly as I can. Yet, while I endeavor to understand, your true strength remains a mystery to me. Violence is not my area of expertise either, so you see, I would much rather converse with you like this than determine a victor with the edge of a blade. Besides, I've heard that even 3 moons in the sky fail to eclipse your brilliance. I know better than to bite off more than I can chew.
3 moons?
So, you have a connection with the Harbinger, the Doctor.
Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nodcry, but there are things that do not end with his departure. We must... Look at me. I almost divulged more than I should have.
What are you after? Revenge for Dottore? Or are you plotting something else?
I've said quite enough, I believe. There's no point in continuing this conversation, except to say, I've noticed that you seem to know your way around here quite well.
Ugh.
I'll take that as a yes. Then I'm sure you'll have heard the story of this place. the mother of the Jinn, Lilupar, and the tragic tale of her vengeance that spanned 3 generations. It was right here that Lilupar once helped the wise to ascend to the throne. But from that moment on, every king who sat upon it was corrupted by power. These degenerate rulers lost control over their nation, and with it, the right to occupy that exalted seat.
What are you trying to say?
I once admired you for your adventures. That is the earnest truth. But it appears to me that your journey serves ultimately to uphold the rules of this world. Are these rules truly just? Does the heavenly principles rule with wisdom or folly? And how can we be sure that the 7 who wield authority over the world will not be corrupted?
Do you seriously think you're gonna convince us of anything?
Convince you? I'm sure my commander already tried that. Why would I waste my breath doing the same? If a few words from a stranger were enough to make someone completely change their stance, it would only prove that they never had a firm will to begin with. I am merely stating my position, so that we might understand each other better. One's enemy in the present. As for what game I'm playing here, I'm simply buying some time. But now I must bid you farewell. It was a wise decision not to attack me immediately. Since you did not fall for my ambush, I will now have to ask those in hiding to reveal themselves.
Leave this to us, sir.
Very well. I trust you to do what is necessary. Stall her while I execute the next step of the plan. Sumeru City, Irminsul.
Hey! Stop right there! Don't you dare leave without explaining yourself!
All units, stop them! Protect the commander!
Did you hear that? He mentioned Sumeru City is Irminsul! He definitely knows something! We can't let him get away! Get rid of these pesky soldiers, quick!
Rear guard to the front! Don't let them through!
Accept ultimatum protocol.
Get that thing in position!
Hold on! Just a little longer!
Yoo-hoo! Cleanup sequence initiated.
Burn it down!
Let my name echo in song! Fluffy whistle!
He finally beat them! That mysterious guy can't have gotten far! Let's catch up with him! Found him! Over here!
You're very persistent.
Hey, you! Stop running and explain yourself! What are you trying to... What's this?
Relax. A small trap like this won't be enough to hold you. The sandstorms from Gurabad will die down soon enough, but this small window of time was all we needed to launch the next phase of our plan. Don't be discouraged. I knew that someone would come here eventually, so I planned ahead. Where to chat with you, which door to exit from, even which mechanism to wait by for you. I thought you, meanwhile, know nothing of who I am. So far, you've only heard my voice, and for all you know, it may not even be. But not to worry. This is only our first meeting. It shan't be our last.
Just answer me one last question. Why do you continue to follow Dottore? He has conducted countless cruel experiments, even on his subordinates.
Follow isn't quite the right word. Let's just say even those you see as villains have their friends, even if they aren't the most sincere of friendships. When any set of rules is established, there will be those who benefit and those who lose out. People will do anything to justify what they have gained or escape from the hardship imposed upon them. Neither he nor I are tolerated by the rules of this world. We were both searching for a new order. Our ideas of the final form that should take may have differed, but our journeys took a shared path. Goodbye, Traveler and Paimon. I wish you a timely escape, albeit not too soon. I will need a little more time to prepare, after all.
Hey! Come back! Wait, this dark wall. We've seen these on our adventures before. It swallows people up! Oh. I'm sorry. She shouldn't have jumped the gun! Oh, okay. He may have fooled us this time, but we'll get it back!
Sino and his team are guarding the north. We'll take this side.
There's so many Jinn. We can't let them get into Aru village.
Don't fret. I am well prepared for this situation.
Huh. So you have a solution?
Perhaps you're unaware that I have a trusty genie partner of my own, Plumpy. If I send her to negotiate with the others, this whole thing will be resolved before you can say more. Off you go, Plumpy! Come on, what's the holdup? 5,000 mora. 20,000 mora. 100,000 mora. Final offer.
Ah, so she's a hired partner.
Hired partners are reliable too. Plumpy here is a very skilled negotiator. You'll see. Just a few words from her and... Plumpy! Don't you Jinn have any respect for the rules? This was supposed to be a negotiation! How dare you treat my messenger like this? You wanna play rough? Two can play at that game!
Looks like it's up to us now. Be careful, Kale.
Yes, Master.
What happened? How did I pass out? Never mind. Plumpy, it's time for revenge.
You know, this reminds me of when you first arrived in Avidia Forest. You were trying to help a child retrieve a lost toy when you stumbled upon Spino Crocodile territory by mistake.
Yeah, I remember. Our first time fighting side by side.
Fighting side by side? I seem to recall swooping in to rescue you with a team of forest rangers.
Please stop.
I'll uproot you! And shroud! Keep up. One with the force.
Hi! Just like we rehearsed.
I hear everything. Oh. Can't see. I'll uproot you.
There's too many of them! I can't believe I used 12 rare items in one battle! Ugh. I shudder to think how this is going to affect this month's accounts. The sight of that glaring deficit might be more than my poor heart can take.
Tighnari, how's the situation on your end?
We held the line, though it was a close call. But it looks like they're preparing for another attack. Has something happened?
They've breached our defenses in the south. The Jinn are pouring in. We're moving the villagers to the north as we speak.
We're hemmed in. This is getting precarious. Our margin for error just got a lot.
That's why we wanted to confirm your status. We need to consider our next move carefully.
Bad news! Another line of defense has been breached.
Kale, go with them and assess the situation. Dory and I will hold the line here.
But Master! Even with 3 of us, we barely made—
This is not a discussion, Kale. Don't worry about us. She clearly still has plenty of tricks left up her sleeve.
Wait! You can't pin all your hopes on me? Oh, great. I've almost run out of the things I brought with me, and the rest is back at the caravan. I should be able to hold out for a little longer, but... Master!
Need any help?
Huh?
What is it, Kale?
If things continue like this, it won't be long before Aru village is overrun by Jinn, and the sandstorms are sure to follow in their wake. I do have a plan, but I can't guarantee it will work.
I don't care. Whoever you are, please just help us.
The only one who can help is you. I am merely here to guide you along the correct path. I am a spirit created at the beginning. I am a flickering illusion. I am the shimmering light that
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. You don't need to understand it. Just repeat.
Watch out! Jinn incoming!
I am a spirit created at the beginning.
Here goes nothing. I am a spirit created at the beginning.
I am a flickering illusion.
I am a flickering illusion. What's wrong, Plumpy? I've never seen you so agitated before.
But how do you...
Do you know what Kale is reciting?
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator.
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator!
It's a song composed by the goddess of flowers, but very few records of it remain, even in historical texts. All we have is a few fragments. Is Kale an avid historian?
Not to my knowledge.
The Jinn have actually quieted down. Although, no, it's more than that. It looks like they're showing submission.
Clearly the songs left by the goddess of flowers have a soothing effect on them. At the very least, they're much calmer now.
Really? Let me try. I am a spirit created at the beginning. Don't stay away! I'll stop! I'll stop!
It seems like the song only works when Kale recites it. But why?
Kale.
Any luck?
When I heard that loud rumbling in the distance, I thought the shifting sands had bust open the gates to some ancient treasure vault. Turns out it was just you guys.
Huh? Wait! That sounds like...
It's been a long while. Did you miss me? Let's save the catching up for later. First, I gotta get you guys out of there. This should be the right mechanism. Ben, can you handle it? There we go. Come on, let's leave this place. Light it up! Burn it down!
Those Fatui sure made themselves scarce. It's like they were never here.
The Fatui? They came to the desert again?
Yep. No idea what they're planning this time. They were being very quick.
How have you been, Jet?
Well, since we last met, I've started my own band of mercs. We've actually made quite a name for ourselves. Oh, yeah. On a slightly different note, I have some good news. I finally took care of Masaira. Not much to write home about. It was just another day. Found his hideout. Dragged him out of his cozy little bed. He tried to talk me into seeing his point of view, as usual. But I'm way past that by now. There was nothing he could say to save his life. What about you guys? Bet you'd forgotten all about me and Ben, huh?
Of course not! We're super duper best friends!
Wow. Sounds like I should make time to visit some other nations too. Anyway, what brings you to Gurabat?
Oh, right. Paimon almost forgot. We're here to look for Lilupar.
That bottle? Seriously?
Yeah! We need her power to calm the Jinn and stop the sandstorms. Here's hoping we actually manage to find her, after all the trouble we've been through. Surely with everything's been going... Let's see. She should be around here somewhere. Aha! Found her! Lilupar!
What a long dream that was. It's been a while, my master. Oh, and you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. Imagine that. In truth, it was at first. I was none too pleased when those miscreants barged in. But it did give me the chance to reunite with you, dear master. So after we last parted ways, I merged with the land beneath Gurabad to suppress the dark calamities stirring in the depths. It rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn, depriving Gurabad of any hope of peace. I fought against it for a long time, until one day, I sensed a change in a foreign land to the west. Suddenly, the pitch-black abyss Once satisfied that that dark power could no longer bewitch the Jinn, I too fell into a deep slumber, from which I have only now awoken. Why have you returned to Gurabad, my master? And why is my sand-swept homeland in disarray once more?
Well, basically, Sumeru's in danger and a lot of our friends are affected. Some bad guys messed around with Irminsul and we managed to chase off the culprits, but we have no idea how to seal this place back up and stop the sandstorms.
Child's play. I shall quell the Jinn and scatter the storms. Thank you, Lilupar. No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial of them all.
The sandstorm's gone. The sun shines bright again. When I said that we'd meet again under a lovelier sun, this was exactly how I imagined it.
Yay! Although honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more, even if the weather sucked. Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Sounds good. You can introduce us to your other friends.
Another adventure begins. Lovely.
The storms have stopped! We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now. Time to regroup!
So, this is the Temple of Silence. I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but I never imagined it would be this big. It's colossal.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back into the desert?
I don't know. This plan sounds a little too risky for my liking.
Even in King Deshret's day, this was experimental technology. We have no idea what could happen if we activate it.
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal, I'm afraid this is our only option.
The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are to proceed, we must act quickly. The scale of this project is enormous. Even with Kave, Faruzan, and every other scholar of mechanics working on it full-time, the proposed modifications won't happen overnight.
You're back. Everything all right? And who are they?
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence is. This guy's Kave, and the one next to him is Alhaitham.
Hello, I'm Jet, and this is Lilupar.
Oh, a famous name from the history books.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine, as they say.
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Gotta keep an eye on them. Still, I do trust the Traveler's judgment. I'm sure you're good people.
The sandstorms have calmed down. I take it the Gurabad problem is resolved? What did you find?
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there. Luckily, Jet used the mechanism outside to free us, and then we got Lilupar to put a stop to the chaos.
Wow. Thanks for being there to help them.
So, this mystery man openly admitted that he was merely a Harbinger subordinate.
Yeah? Is there something weird about that?
I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an enemy. Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nordcry.
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big conspiracy behind all this?
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just the simple fact that having someone to shift the blame on tends to prove the most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort into disguising himself.
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you guys talk while I take a walk with Lilupar.
Jet?
Aren't you with the Blazing Beasts? What a coincidence. Didn't expect to run into you here.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere. Who's this with you?
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the Temple of Silence?
You bet we did. This place is incredible. It has so far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility. Building a new system from scratch.
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device in academic circles, which suggests it was hidden If these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be sufficient to power our Akasha renovation plan. However, this raises difficult questions regarding technological integration. The sages are still debating it.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued it out. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of crisis like this...
Wait! Paimon has a question! Is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right? Some sort of prison where the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King are locked up.
Well remembered. Yes, that's exactly right. According to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisans, working together. It was a miraculous accomplishment. And it lied, that being said, what Aru actually does and why it was built, those are deep secrets we are not privy to. Until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now is because we heard it from the Ibis King Thoth himself at his temple.
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first heard about it, she thought it sounded pretty unbelievable too. Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King told us they were trapped in Aru.
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall? What obliterates love and hate? And what determines truth and falsehood?
Yeah. Oh, if only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King before, so she might know more. Oh, Nefer's a friend we met in Notcry.
Not cry. Funny. She showed up here earlier.
Huh?
Yeah. Had another lady with her too. Both said they knew you. They contacted the sages, claiming they might be able to offer some assistance.
Really? They came here to help out?
Yes, really. It was just before you got back. One of them said she's made Notcry her home. If she's the person you were talking about, then...
Looks like betting on Aru was the right choice.
See? They're right over there.
Nicole! Nefer!
Why, hello! We're here to help. It's a good thing we left early. We almost got locked out.
Locked out? What do you mean?
Oh, you haven't heard? An invisible barrier has appeared around Sumeru's borders, cutting off all travel. No one can leave and no one can enter. Sumeru has become a lonely...
Are the Fatui behind this too?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. I suspect it's a defense mechanism within Irminsul itself. Irminsul is the source of Tevat's ley lines after all, and Sumeru is the nation closest to it. I imagine this function was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage, preventing the disaster from spreading to the rest of Tevat.
But doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other nations if the anomaly keeps spreading?
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world, and Sumeru is the eye of the storm.
Paimon's surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this tested my skills to the limit.
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely you don't think I still have feelings for that place?
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought you knew everything.
All I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time. So I do know a thing. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to. But everyone has secrets they'd rather keep to themselves. Wouldn't you say?
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss Nicole. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That doesn't mean world savings become a habit with me. I have no...
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is always a reason to be found behind both sides. Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and in conflict. But that's where we angels come in. Our duty ultimately is to guide people towards their deepest, truest desires and help bring them to fruition. So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions in the end, that's okay.
I refuse.
Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one another?
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be left stuck in the past forever, never living in the present. But I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands, the bloodshed, both deserved and undeserved. Those old emotions cling to me like a shadow.
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever. Those emotions and memories shaped me into the person I am today.
In that case, would you like to hear my perspective?
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, when the angels still walked freely upon the earth, I found life monotonous work, lukewarm relationships. Things weren't nearly as interesting as they are now. And yet, since the angel's demise, I have found myself. Human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, the memories quickly fade. If Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, both love and hate are intense emotions. But they are nothing compared to the void.
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the things they hate. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing between customers. We all need a reality check once in a while, so we don't forget the truth. As much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win. I'll help you out a little, but I won't.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you?
What do you think?
I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures. The ones I carve are...
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the curatorium.
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa! Don't worry. And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job in your hour of need. Hip hip hooray!
That was far more detailed than necessary. Not lacking in embellishment either. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She is still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long. Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything. We have some good news, though.
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru. Then you...
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's Chute, which can be used to establish connection with Aru.
We still have some time before we leave, so there's no rush.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done, so if you don't mind, I think I should come with you.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. It was just a random thought. I'm Dia, an Eremite mercenary. My work usually keeps me out in the desert.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh? Are my eyes playing tricks on me?
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it, but
what is it, Kale?
It's you! You're the voice who's been speaking in my head. You encouraged me to report my dreams to the DerJo-Archon, and got me to recite that magic prayer.
Mm-hmm. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since ancient times.
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but, what exactly is an angel?
Oh, Well, we're a rather long-living race of beings. Not gods, technically, but we can still tell you a lot of stories from—
Yep! And she's also an amazing sculptor!
You could say she's a real creative type.
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon—
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get too formal with me. Just relax and be yourselves. No need to be nervous.
Miss Nicole, if it's okay, could I—
Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion. And I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream of Sumeru City in disarray? Why did those verses soothe the Jinn only when recited by you? I can guide you to the truth. But it involves a personal secret of yours. I'd prefer to speak with you alone, if possible.
Rise with the sun!
I thought we were going to speak alone. This is a lot more people than I was expecting.
what's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family members.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have no problem with it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but whatever it is—
Closest friends! It's so nice to hear that.
All right. In that case, I'll get right to it. Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. Nothing could cure it. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help, and I was sent to an unfamiliar place. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some strange medicine, which I heard contained god remains. I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, I've gradually been able to overcome those memories. Anyway, so you're saying that what happened to me has something—
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What? Huh. Fascinating.
You don't seem surprised like the rest of us. Why?
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the Jinn.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Lilupar?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the eternal oasis. But some fragments remained unaccounted for. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for use in some experiment. It's not an uncommon occurrence. You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you have coexisted with her all this time without even realizing it.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power, really. But knowing that a fragment of the Goddess of Flowers isn't...
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense of self.
I understand how you feel, Kali. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's nothing to be concerned about.
Huh. I guess you, of all people, have a good reason.
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 as the max...
Let me guess. Because 2's company, but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tina.
Not my intention.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Kali, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of...
Yeah, I know what you mean. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from the...
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans. Born, though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining fragments would do their utmost to send you that warning. The Mother of Dreams? Lord of Flowers and Oases? She must have had a premonition. That is why she gave that dream to you.
We won't let her but I still don't understand. Why?
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only one injected with God remains, but only in you have her fragments persisted. I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely assimilated by that will. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man said, you are who you are, and that will not change. All right, any further questions from the family members of the patient?
Let's move out. Time to put our plan into action.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed, the scale...
Haven't you handled other big projects before?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the Palace of Alcazarzaray, I guess? But...
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after the fact.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved far more quickly.
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant. Like, Magic.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening. Now, go and pack your things. We'll head to the mausoleum.
Burn it down!
Oh, Miss Nicole. I heard you're a very talented sculptor. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want to blow my own trumpet.
Honestly, even though Ksharoar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Ksharoar scholars are quite serious about sculpting as a hobby. So if they rate your work, that's enough for us. We just have to take a look.
Who's we?
Myself and a few other scholars. Kashif, Daneshvar, come take a look.
Oh, well, if you insist, I suppose there's no harm.
Whoa! Where did that come from?
Look at the level of detail. It's so lifelike. The squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion, and the earth trembles beneath its feet. What do you think?
Kaveh? Kaveh, come here for a sec. Oh, and Madame Faruzan, didn't you used to study in our darshan? Come take a look.
All right, but hang on a moment. I have to finish reviewing this proposal first.
You called? What is it, youngster?
This squirrel statue. Isn't it cute?
Oh, a squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out to me. Were you trying to carve a statue of a hero, young lady?
Oh, a hero? I suppose so. Actually, I didn't really have a specific theme in mind. I just started working on it, and this is how...
I see. Well, do you tend to read novels about heroes in your spare time?
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those. Everyone loves a good tale of daring do, right?
Then perhaps this statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down inside. Also on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger raised towards the heavens, it would lend a greater gravitas to the overall image. I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. It has a certain classical beauty about it. Kaveh!
Sorry, Madame Faruzan, I'm a little busy right now. Don't wait up for me.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic tastes. I was hoping to ask him for his opinion.
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great direction to explore. That's it. Once I get back, I'm going to...
Precisely! A declaration of victory! You understand my vision. Then place the two statues face to face.
Yes! That's exactly...
It'll be a masterpiece. Miss... I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Just call me Nicole. Madame Faruzan?
What? No. That wouldn't be right.
Why ever not? Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. Anyone may call me Madam if they so desire. My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure of meeting again, I shall look forward to seeing your new work. In this day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical aesthetics. Meeting you was...
Honestly, I feel the same way. It's been a long time since I met anyone interested in this style of statue. Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really am someone who
Sorry, keeping watch over heroes?
Never mind that.
Let's not tell Madame Farrozan about Miss Nicole's true identity for now.
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation to
The Adeptus arts are most miraculous, but unless one first cultivates the mind...
Installation chamber deployed.
Light it up! Strike a pose! further ado.
Ad astra abyss.